Your performance in Blackbird had such an impact on people, and obviously there's quite a bit of overlap between the creatives on that series and Smoke. I'm curious what you value most about your creative relationship with the great Dennis Lehane and his writing that made you want to immediately team up with him on this.
Well, I mean, the thing I value most is he seems to want to send work my way, which is great, because I've got a mortgage to pay. But that's me being flippant. Dennis is such an esteemed, accomplished writer, as both a novelist and a screenwriter, and now as a showrunner. And I think, for me, it's just hugely validating to have somebody place their confidence in you in the way that he has. I really love his work and I love being a part of it. And, I really hope it's a relationship that continues, because these roles, both Jimmy Keane and now Dave Gudsen, they are hugely challenging, creatively rewarding roles. And I honestly can't really imagine anything more rewarding, in television, than these roles. They are just amazing parts to play. So I'm very grateful to him, and I feel very honored to be on this ride.
You and Jurnee have such phenomenal chemistry as Dave and Michelle in this.
Have you studied arson investigation?
No.
And, I teach it all over the state.
Oh, yeah. Your reputation precedes you.
You preceded me, too. Into my own office.
What do you admire about her as an actor?
I think Jurnee has a formidable quality and a stoicism and a weight that I really admire and I'm slightly jealous of. And I think what's interesting about our dynamics as actors and characters is Dave, and probably me to a certain extent, is a little less, I want to say, serious in some ways. He's got more lightness to him and seemingly more of a jovial quality to him. Michelle Calderone is carrying this huge secret trauma that you only really understand towards, or even begin to understand towards, the end of the first season. I always felt that the thing that most interests me about Dave and Michelle is that deep down, somewhere really deep, I kind of think they're the same. And I thought a lot about Dave having some... I called Dave a lizard a lot. There's Dave's a lizard, and I kind of think Michelle is somewhere deep down as well, and I found that to be endlessly fascinating, and we had a really great time working together. She's an extraordinary actor.
The fact that Smoke uses so much real fire during filming added a real authenticity to it. As a time where there's a lot of, reliance on CGI and intense AI debates, did you find those efforts refreshing as an actor?
I really think there's something about, one, I think on screen you can feel a practical effect. You can feel the weight of it. There is just something satisfying about things being done practically. This is where I get a little bit spiritual about it. I think there is tremendous value in the human effort in something. So, there are endless debates around AI, and my fear and the thing that I find a little discomforting about it is it feels like getting too much for free. And anything good I've had in my life has come through hard work and will and effort. And I mean, I'm being very flippant and I'm not really acknowledging, all of the plus sides of AI, but I do also have fear around the ease of it. And, I don't know. Anyway, I'm losing focus, but the fact of the matter is, I think there's something really wonderful about doing things practically. You see it in the show. It's beautiful, and I would argue it's more beautiful than were it made by a computer.
I was delighted to learn that a little over a decade ago, you starred in a TV series called The Smoke.
Yeah.
And how having a sort of full circle moment with Smoke. Were you nostalgic for The Smoke at all during this experience? And how does it feel just to look back at that series and see how far you've come as an actor?
Yeah, funnily enough, the first week I got to Vancouver to shoot this series, I there's two actors who I really love, who I made that TV show with back in the early 2010s, called Rashawn Stone and Jamie Bamber, who I'm still in touch with, and I sent them a photo of me in firefighter gear, being like, this is weird. But at that point, we didn't know the show was going to be called Smoke, and I haven't actually caught up with them since we robbed the old title. But it is a weird thing, and it does make me reflective for the past, I think it's actually the past 13 years of my life now. And yeah, it's crazy, you know, but I just feel very lucky to be working, and I feel very lucky to have the opportunities and career that I do. And yeah, I really hope it continues. Maybe in 10 years time, you know, we'll be talking about another show called Smoke. But yeah, it's a weird coincidence.